Welcome to the second in my series, The Fantastic Wildlife of Girvan, Australia. You know your 5 acres is teeming with wildlife when a Tachyglossus acolytus just wanders through your backyard. Species of frog mostly found near water along Australia's east coast. Males call from concealed locations in either leaf litter or near vegetation. The call is a very short explosive note repeated in intervals of about 10 seconds. Ack or ank. They often sound like ducks quacking in the distance, and we've got several living under our caravan right now. This bird has several distinctive but unmusical calls, including coughs, a harsh yak yak and a loud chock. The red wattlebird is a noisy honey eater, the second largest in Australia, ranging throughout the southern areas of our country. The name refers to the fleshy reddish wattle on the sides of the neck. It lives in forests, woodlands and gardens where they display domineering and often aggressive behaviour towards other birds intruding on their territory. They feed on nectar, which they obtain by probing flowers with a thin curved bill. Some insects are also eaten. Berries and the honeydew produced by some insects add to the bird's diet. Found throughout Australia, the Jackie Winter is a small grey-brown flycatcher which typically sits upright on a bare branch or perch, wagging its tail and uttering its peter-peter call. They dart out from a perch to snatch at flying insects, returning to the same spot again. They dive and twist in the air, hovering and grabbing at insects. They can be quite tame. The white-headed pigeon is a large bird with a distinctive white head, neck and breast. The eye ring is pink to dark red and the legs and feet are also pinkish red. It is found east of the Great Dividing Range from far north Queensland to southern New South Wales. The birds prefer tall tropical to subtropical rainforests and are also regularly found in camphor laurel trees in agriculture areas and in privet. They are often seen in suburban gardens where they will come to feeding trays. The Burralong frog is an Australian threatened species of frog which inhabits large, rocky, permanent rivers, small creeks and dams in both forested areas and open farmland. Its primary habits require shallow riffles with island rock structures just above the water level. It may be endangered in some areas, but there's hundreds and hundreds of them up here on our properties at Girvan.